what does the future of women's sports look like?
I'm very excited. I'm getting the chills as we're talking about it. I'm very excited about the future of the WNBA, the NWSL. Um, there's, there's been a lot of chatter about Haley Rosen, who's the founder of a great company called Just Women's Sports, talks about this that men's sports have traditionally been invested in based on potential, and women's sports have been invested in based on results. And if you think about that for a second, it's this chicken and the egg scenario, right? You've got to sort of spend money to make money, and for a long time, for whatever reason, there hasn't been money invested in the women's game in advance of potential growth, and that's changing considerably. Great example of that is with the New York Liberty at the Barclays Center when Joe Tsai took over the New York Liberty from the prior ownership. They moved the Liberty from the Westchester Civic Center, which is a very small sort of out there venue north of New York City, into the Barclays Center where the Brooklyn Nets play. And he didn't stop there. On top of that, they opened up all of the amenities that you would get going to a Brooklyn Nets game to fans going to see the New York Liberty. And I'm sure they're losing money out of the gate. But what happened this past year? They set numerous attendance records. I went to a number of the games. We have season tickets as a bank. The place is crazy. It's energetic. It's filling up, and there's a lot of momentum going into next season. And so I think there's this big shift in investing in women's sports from an ownership perspective, from a brand perspective, from a fan perspective, in advance of the results. Whereas in the past there was an investment only based on the results, and so they're investing now for growth, which is great. You're also a lot of this growth goes back to the WNBA players during their bubble season during COVID. They and there's been a lot that's been written about this, and there's a lot of documentaries, et cetera, about them. There's a great WNBA documentary about it. They um, fully embraced who they are as a league and identity and what they bring to the table, and then they've just run with it and they've taken off, and it's made them fun to watch, and they've got celebrities, and they're the off the court content about the NWSL players and the WNBA players is really driving eyeballs. And I think when you look at like percentage growth numbers across all of sports, women's sports crushed it this past year. And I'm proud as a bank, City National has stepped up, and we've got great season tickets in the New York market for the Liberty that all of the different divisions that are at our company are participating in. RBC, our parent company, is doing some phenomenal work in the women's sports space in terms of some really cool research that they're working on. So, we're all in as an institution, which I'm excited about.